proud of the guys to battle away did in the second half. And, again, got caught a little low with some tempo, flat-footedness, and some unsound things, which is obvious with some uncovered receivers. We let go through and got worked a little bit. I thought the way, though, we played defensively in the third quarter was what we've seen. Offensively, again, good performances by Jordan, Ricky Jones, getting those guys kind of going and out. Nate's kind of close, a lot to build on. It's got to be better. Really thought Southern Illinois, again, the team we had a lot of respect for, played well. Fortunate to win, but at the same time, I think I told our team afterwards I was kind of concerned, like, don't take victory for granted. And, you know, for what you did and the circumstances you were in, and to make some plays at the end to get the victory is encouraging. Something we're going to build on. So with that, we'll open up for questions.
Coach, how's the health of your team?
Not bad. I mean, we've kind of told you as far as like who's, you know, we got a couple minor deals where some guys maybe coulda or shoulda or didn't practice enough. You know, our doctors go through a thing. For example, we have a guy with concussion, and they want to get him back to clear. But then in our world, then you got to practice to make sure you're fundamentally sound and good enough. And, you know, you've missed, you know, 8, 10, 12, 14 practices, and like, okay, now you're full go, but there's rust to knock off of. So to me, there's just some guys we kind of felt that, again, you know, there's nothing major. We've kind of alluded to that, and we'll kind of be there as we go forward.
What helped Chase out?
Excuse me?
What helped Chase out?
He just had an injury, couldn't go.
What was it?
An injury.
Will he be back next week?
We'll see. I mean, again, he'll need to practice. You know, in my world, if you miss the bulk of two, and even though he's a solid guy, but again, we kind of like some of those young guys. Now, that wasn't his guy. That tight end. Those tight ends right down the middle were not Chase Dutra's guys. If Chase would have been on the field, so that was not his. I thought Keontae played well. Again, we'll be fine with John Crawford, the young guy. So again, Chase, we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's major, but it kind of happened here during the week, and again, just slowly, we just kind of didn't have him here. So we'll see.
How much of an impact do you think was the absence of Latham and Gale?
Well, I think the only thing, because we didn't get stops, and like I didn't like our offensive second possession. It was one of those games where we didn't get them on schedule first half, you know, at all. They were what, 7-9, and we block a field goal, and then they go for it, I think, and get a fourth down. So there's no stops. And because of that, we played too many snaps and being a little bit thin, I think that exposed. I don't know, again, if our coaches, again, I thought we did a really good job last week in our preparation of not over-preparing, not trying to burn our guys out. I think we've practiced great, but I think we're thin enough. Maybe it hurt the rotation, but at the same time, too, I always laugh when people say your offense goes it hurts the defense. Hey, you can go 3 and out. I mean, you can go 3 and out. And that was our problem in the first half. We didn't get, they were 7-9 on third downs, and they worked us and had basically 400 yards of offense and half football, and that's embarrassing, and we got to clean it up. So those bodies will help, but at the same time, if they're not making plays. So again, we got worked a little. We got caught with some things in their multiple quarterback deal and responsibilities, and our young guys. We just cut a few guys clean, really cleaned it up. Couple big plays in the second half. I think again, if we can eliminate those big plays, which we should, I think you'll see this defense be a lot better than what you saw today. It better be, has been, should be, better be, will be.
Kevin, what was your message to the team at halftime?
Well, it was kind of frantic, and before we went out, I just stopped everybody. Matter of fact, I had a strength coach giving like the win one for the Gipper speech, and I said, could I just say something real quick? Would you just slow down, play one play, take a deep breath, can't change what happened, what are you doing next? And like I say, we did, and we were pretty good in the third quarter until we gave up a couple big plays in the fourth quarter. So we made some adjustments that helped, but really just calm down. I think, again, these kids have worked hard, and I think they want it so bad. Sometimes I think they squeeze a little too tight, and then when they get reeling, they start backpedaling and all that deal. So just slow down. I think we got a really good group, and our deal is we want to enjoy this. I mean, I was a little after game. You need to enjoy that W now, and because there's going to be a lot more coming. Don't take winning for granted. And respect that opponent. Those guys played a well of a game. They'll have a tremendous year, and I believe our football team will too.
Kevin, and I'm not sure how else to ask this question. Where is this program, given you had to kick a player off, you had to suspend 9 players, you struggled today? I mean, is this a program ready to make a move? Is this a program on the verge of an issue? Where are you going?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, to me, the way those guys have been going about their deal, I think, again, so. I had a guy one time that missed a class 9 times, 10 times, missed a workout. So that guy didn't start, and he got mad and left the school. Well, you want me to start him? So, I mean, if guys don't want to do things properly, we handle it, and we've handled it. And we've dealt with it, and we're good with it. And again, like I say, there's a positive vibe with that crowd, and there better be. And again, I think there was a little frustration, like a little, or disappointment, or hey, you expect to do it. No. Don't take advantage of what just happened, and let's learn and keep growing. We got a tight-knit group in there, and they're going to take care of each other, and they're going to be, we'll see. And we're humans, we can mess up, and this day and age, so many things can happen. But there's a lot of great things with that group, and I got a lot of respect for the way they're handling their business, and I believe we're going to have a great year.
Do you expect all 9 guys to play next week?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we might have something between now and then. Somebody in college football is doing something stupid tonight. I guarantee it. Hope it's not here in 4.7, 4.08. But that's the world we live in. So I mean, 80% of college, 80% of Americans, 80% of college students, 80% of college athletes drink. That's what we've talked to our guys about lifestyle and how to give up some things if you want to be a great team to recover. So we'll see. I promise you, we're going to put 11 out there and they're going to play hard and they're not going to give up like those guys did today. If there was a problem, that team would have folded. Okay, so there's not a problem with this football team. This team's got to play better.
Was that just a coaching decision to hold them out, or was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they all involve drinking drugs?
Class, I mean, you name it, whatever, workout, I don't know. Just no comment, we're good.
The punt they blocked for touchdown, was that just a blocking issue?
Yeah, and again, yes, it was. It wasn't the timing or the snap and the time. Matter of fact, and I think from that for Eric to come back, and we overskied the one kick, but his one sky was a nice performance at the end. Those are things that happen when you get in these games, you get on the short side of the stick, and so, there was a perfect storm that could have blew up against us, and we kind of battened down the hatches and boarded up the windows and kind of weathered it out, and that was good to see. So, it's something we need to clean up.
How do you feel about how many played?
Good. I tell you what I liked. He was pretty demanding on the sideline. Like he got like I want this and this. What we did in practice, they're lining up differently. I don't want that. Give me this one. Give me this one. And it was good. And it was very calm. It was like, hey, just give me boom, boom. I see. Here's what I see. Here's what I want. Let's do it. And he was right on.
Seemed like he read the option a lot better in the second half once he got back going and opened up the passing game for you guys as well.
Yeah, we talking about when you say options, just when he pulls it out. Yeah. There's one at goal line. I thought that maybe we should have. Like I said, we got to clean some things up as coaches. Those third down calls, some of it's execution, but a lot of it's our choices, and we put them in some. I thought one time there were an internal blitz, and we could get outside on 3rd and 4 and 5, and it got close. I was going on 4th down. I took a wide run chance, and we lost 4 yards, and we punted. And that was a bonehead call, hindsight 2020. So, but Nate, again, we got to protect Nate. He's got to protect himself, but you got to make him defend the field, defend every player, and that was good to see. It's good to get the tight ends, a couple catches, good to get the backs in the pass game. We're going to keep playing a lot of guys, and defensively, we got to get a lot of guys back in the mix and get a lot of guys playing for us.
Kevin, how do you think Nate played his first game back from his injury?
Good. He's been practicing well. I'd say too. He'd probably say, and I think some of it though is, I think those first game, a couple of those receivers kind of got a little jittery, just with spacing, timing. It's really great to see Ricky Jones play the way he played, and Rick Jones. It was great to see that as an old guy. But I think Simi, even though he's a second-year guy, and Nick Westbrook and some of those young guys we got out there, Mitchell Page, really his first time playing a lot. There's a lot to clean up with, and I think as those guys keep sinking together. But Nate played well, and he's going to have a great year.
Was that the call to go long to Jones on that play that you guys scored?
That was my call, if you want to know the truth.
That was your call?
Yeah, we actually did the play before, and we turned the protection the wrong way, and he didn't see it, and I go do it again, so like, here, bang. I was glad he didn't score, too. I wanted to take off a little bit more time. So I don't take credit for calls, but, hey, thanks.
In terms of that sequence there at the end, sort of, was there ever a thought to try and waste a little bit of time when you got down there on the one, or was it more just punch?
Well, that's why I took it down to the 0-1 to call the timeout, and, I don't know, I mean, you still – I'd be cautious of like trying to not score on play. So, I mean, I guess you can say you always score too fast, but there's a point in time, there's enough talent in the defense room. They need to stand up on their own. And so for me to say no, I mean, there's a point in time. Like I said, hey, if they score, they're going to go for 2 right now on the kick. When we kicked off, I said, guys, if they're scoring, they're going for 2. So you got it ready. And matter of fact, we ran the play they ran for 2 points 6-7 times in a row one day in practice, because that's the universal 2-point play of football. We ran it when I was in college. It's called 574 halfback. The same play, and changed. So.
You mentioned the defense playing better in the third quarter after a rough first half. What did they do better? What did they do that
Well, one, I think we got settled in because they came out with just some end over unbalanced, multiple groupings. So who's where? And we just fit it wrong a couple times. First play, you know, it's a high motion. The guy steps with the motion, and we're one short on the back, and something to clean up. That again, credit to those guys. They had a nice game plan. They worked us good, and they executed good. Then our thought was, hey, we're too vanilla blitz. Well, when we blitzed with a couple of deals, we cut some guys loose. And it was, and that was kind of my call. Hey, you guys are sitting flat-footed. Be aggressive and come at them more to get some second and third longs. Well, when we did that, they took advantage, and because we hadn't practiced it properly, I think at halftime they slowed down. They were able to talk to them. And I think as much as anything, we just taught kids about slowing down and just playing one play and play each play hard. And let's just go ahead and play one play first. And then offense, I told the offense, hey, you're going to be like in a 4-down mentality out the gate. Let's don't plan on punting. And let's just be very aggressive and go from there.
Coach, Marcus Oliver went down. Do you have any update on him?
He's had a cramp. He came back and played.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, he just had a cramp. Got a couple bags IVs and half and came back.
For a couple more, just you had I think Jonathan Crawford might have saved a touchdown on the first play of the game. Andre Brown was in on that play to stop a 2-point conversion. I know it's not a great day overall for the defense, but how important were those? Maybe some of the
One of the plays to watch, the one time we busted coverage is watch Rashard Fant work as hard as he could, trying. There's been 3 times in our practices he's called us from behind. We ran 70, 80 yards trying. So again, you know, the make it, snap it again mentality. Again, we've got to tighten up a lot of stuff for sure. We got to do a significantly better job, and it's disappointing. But again, the way those kids battled is unbelievably encouraging. And like I say, they're a phenomenal group of dudes, and they're going to play well. We got to coach a lot better. It's obvious in all phases, and we will. But those kids buy in. The chemistry of the team, Pete, is very, very solid. It's a strong buy-in. And again, I think what we did for us was unusual because, again, like last year, we've been in places where we can implode. We stopped imploding. Now we got to really start progressing. It's time to see that.
How about the,
One more, guys.
the way the running game kicked off the game, the way your running game?
Yeah, well, again, like I said, for a couple, 3 years, we got a really good offensive line. And that tight end group, I think, is good. You know, I mean, I think, you know, so for example, if you don't catch ball tight end, you think they're not good players. I mean, you know, if a tight end caught 6 balls in a game, that's 72 balls in a year. That's almost like All-American status. But of this, what are you doing the rest of the game? You know, game's 70, 80, 90 snaps. So if you only catch 6 balls, what's the rest of the game? Tight ends are always at the point of attack or their backside, and with all the penetration, those reach blocks. So when you're really running the ball, when you have big people that can capture edges, help you in protections, take the edge off the rush, it makes the line so much better. And like I say, that group, Coach Patton's crowd, I think, again, we got a great group with James and Greg Fry. I mean, you got a couple legitimate up-front coaches, and they can coach it up and get their kids playing hard, and we'll keep bringing the skill along. And like I say, that's been a consistency. And that's why, again, I think we got a lot of positive vibe with our men. So, again, excited to win. Very complimentary to Southern Illinois. I'm sure they'll have a good year, and appreciate you coming. We're going to have a good year as well. See you guys soon.
Touchdown! Wow, what a play!